So our role-based authentication system is now completed and working perfectly. The next step is to build the create event functionality. To do that, we will first create a new file named eventcontroller.js. Inside the controller folder, then we will implement the create event function, where we will write all the logic for creating a new event. Let's go. Now let's create our create event controller function. First we create an asynchronous function called create event. Since database operation takes some time, we use the async keyboard along with the try catch block to handle any error. Next, inside the try block, we extract the title, description and location from the request.body. These are the values sent by the client when create a new event. Then we validate the input. If any of these fields are missing, we immediately return a bad request 400 response with a message saying, please fill all the fields. If all the required fields are available, we create a new event using event.create. We store the title, description and location, and we also save the logged in user ID using request.user.id. This associates the event with an authenticated user. Now we have to also import the event model because we will use it to save event data into the database. Once the event is successfully created, we send a 200 OK response along with a success message, event created successfully, and we also return the newly created event data. If anything goes wrong during the process, the code moves on the catch block. Here we return a 400 status code along with the error message. If no specific error message is available, we send a default message saying error creating event. So our create event function is now completed. Next we will create a new file named eventroute.js inside the routes folder. This file will contain all the event related routes. We will start by defining the create event API endpoint and link in the create event controller. First we import Express. We need Express to create a router that will handle all the event related routes. Next we create a new Express router. This router helps us organize all the event related APIs endpoint in one place. And we export the router so that we can import it into our main server file and register all the event routes in our application. Now we define the post API endpoint called /event. This endpoint is used to create a new event. Before the request reaches the event create event controller, I pass through the two middleware functions. First is auth middleware. Verify that the user is logged in by checking the JWT token. Then second middleware is the admin only. Check whether the logged in user has the admin role or not. If both check pass, the request is forward the create event controller, which create the event and save it in the database. Finally, we need to register our events routes in the app.js file. To do that, we import the event routes file and use the app.use callback function method. This tells Express that all the routes defined inside the event routes We'll start with the /create path. We are finished building our create event API. Now let's test it in the Postman. In your Postman, and in the event app folder, we create one file that is called create event, and make it method post. Then I will enter the API URL, which is called localhost 6000/create/event. Next I will go to the body tab, select row and choose JSON, and provide the required field like title, description and location. Finally I will click the send button. If everything is working correctly, we will get success response along with newly created event. If anything wrong, we can get error message. As you can see, we are getting an unauthorized user error. This is happening because we haven't logged in it yet. Since this route is protected, we first need to log in. Also make sure your login in this admin account, because only admin are allowed to create events. If you are logging with a normal user account, you won't be able to access this endpoint. So let's go to the user login API and login user the admin email and password. Once the login successfully, we will receive the JWT token in the response. Now I will copy this token and go back to the create event request. In the create event request, go to the header and select unauthorized. Now I will select the barrier token and paste here your copied token. After then, I will click the send button again. Now I will getting again some error. Go to your user event model and remove this required. All description and title also remove. In date required, we don't need required. Remove this also, and last is right here default null, because we are not added image, then our database have to show this null. Remove this also, and now everything will be okay. And go to the Postman, and here you can see when we click the send button, our event is created successfully with event title, description, location, image is null, and user ID. Now I will show you when user can create event, then what happen. So first go to the user register and copy this email and password. We remove this username in the email section. Okay, and remove this user section and click send button. Here you can see our role is user login successfully, and we are copy this token and go to the create event and remove this admin token and paste here user token. Now click the send button. Now you can see what happened there. Here you can see success false and message is admin, only admin can access this route. Why? Because we said they are admin only protected route. This is our middleware. However, in the event response, There one thing is missing right now. We are only saving the title, description and location. In a real world application, every event should also have an image, but our image is now null. So in the next video we will implement the upload functionality. We will update our event API so it can upload and store an event image along with the other event detail. I will see you in the next video.